Hey guys, it's Generalkidd here. How's everyone doing today? So, for today's video, we're going to be tackling the question of what does Flood Regret truly look like in Halo 2? And by Flood Regret, I mean the Prophet of Regret, who appears during the cutscene, the intro cutscene on Gravemind, where he's, still kind of him, but now floodified, as in infected by the Flood, by the Gravemind specifically. And the Gravemind's basically using his affected body and mind to have this little debate with 2401 Penitent Tangent. And we see like his floodified body is quite different. There's a lot of things now attached to him, and it seems like he's kind of like a mashed potato of like other flood bodies together to make him work, but we don't really see what he truly looks like. So that's what we'll be checking out for today's video. Before we get into that, I want to first announce an awesome giveaway from my sponsor Instagaming, where you can win any game of your choice. You can find a link for this giveaway in the description below. So if you want to win the game of your choice, any game at all really, then all you have to do is click on the link below and enter the game you would like to win. You can also click some of the additional blue buttons for more chances to win as well. But that's it. That's all you have to do, and after doing all that, you're entered in the contest to win the game of your choice. But make sure to act fast, because this giveaway is for this month only. Okay, so, to find out what Flood Regret truly looks like, like his full physical form and everything, the simplest way I figured to do that was just to mod myself to play as Flood Regret, because he is like actually a biped in the game. Like, it's a full character biped and everything. It's not some scenery object or cutscene only object that's used. It is a full biped that I can technically play as. And the reason why I say technically is because, well, I can't move around as Flood Regret. I could jump up and down, but that's about it. But that's okay. I don't really need to move around much to be able to take a look at him. Just simply gotta use a free camera here and just take a look at his body in its default state. No cutscene animations, nothing. Just how it is, in its original unused state. Which, as you just saw there, it's actually kind of weird because if we look closely at his face, he's like smiling in his default state. Like I don't really know how to describe his facial expression. He just looks like oh yeah, everything's fine, everything's great, kind of. But yeah, so his biped does seem to be invincible because the brutes are shooting it like crazy and like meleeing a lot. He is capable of shooting weapons as well, but I'll cover his weapon usage in a little bit. For now, let's get a close-up look at his body. Now, I wish I could stop the brutes from shooting, but I couldn't really take them out at the same time because, I can't move, so it doesn't really work well. But we could see, like, he has, like, those skulls at the top of his head because, like I said, he's kind of like a mashed potato of flood bodies. We never really got to see those skulls up close to see what they look like. So, now, for probably the first time, we can see clearly what kind of skulls he has that's mashed together with him, because in the cutscene it's kind of dark and the angles, you just don't really see them. So there's definitely one human skull, and then there's this skull here. Actually, I don't know what that is. It could be like another prophet, it could be a brute, I can't really tell. And if you were curious what Flood Regret looks like below the waist, well, this is like the rest of his tentacle body, so to speak. Gravemind's tentacle, it extends all the way down here, and that's basically the limit of it. So that's really how long the tentacle is in a cutscene. You never see the entire tentacle in a cutscene. You only see like pretty much just like the top part of it. But yeah, this is the entire body. Like, this is the entire biped of the Prophet of Regret when he's floodified. It's actually pretty huge compared to other bipeds in the game. The only other bigger one is probably like Gravemind himself, but we've already done a video of that in the past. But yeah, so that's basically what he looks like. All the parts that we don't normally get to see in the cutscene, or at least we can see it better now. Now, as I said, he actually is capable of using weapons, which is interesting because Flood Regret can actually use more or hold more weapons than I've been able to do with other bipeds like Master Chief, for example, or the Arbiter. See, Flood Regret is the only biped I've actually used so far which out of the box can actually hold the brute pike. That pike that the honor guards hold? That's actually considered a weapon. I might actually cover that in a future video about the pike itself, but he can actually hold it. I could not get any other biped to hold that so far. I'm not sure why. but it's something I've been looking into for something in the future maybe. But in this case, you know, the Prophet of Regret Floodified, he can actually spawn with it just fine, whereas other bipeds, I cannot get him to spawn with it and still hold it. So that's pretty interesting. I could only shoot the Needler as well. I could pick up other weapons like the plasma rifle, but I couldn't fire them. So it's kind of weird, but you know, he's obviously not meant to be like a biped I could use in combat or anything. But it's just interesting that like that's even possible, which, you know, is a little surprising to me. But anyways, hopefully you guys did enjoy this video and found it to be interesting. If you did, make sure to leave a like, leave your thoughts in the comments, anything else you want me to look into or check out, or any other questions you have, just let me know, and I'll definitely do my best to look into it when I get a chance. But other than that, make sure to subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you all next time. Bye guys!